Kane is in the building.
How's it going, everyone? Long time no see. I'm UTX Phantom, and I'm here to talk about some political news today. This is kind of out of my comfort zone because I'm not at the least a political type of person, but I decided to talk about this since it was kind of a big topic and it kind of deals with everyone, if you know what I'm talking about. So, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, probably have the slightest clue what I'm talking about. United States, it's in a little money problem right now, and if you guys heard that the United States was in debt by $14.3 trillion. Now think about that. That's a lot of fucking money. I don't know where it's all going, but until I found out today, I read more about it, and I'm going to tell you my input and what I feel about those situations, so stay tuned for that. So if you guys don't know what the national debt ceiling is basically a legal limit on how much debt the government can accumulate. I mean, it's how much money they can give out to people. And to recently, this Tuesday, the debt cap stood at $14.3 trillion. And before then, before it got to that point, the debt ceiling has been raised about 10 times since 2001. Basically, where all our money's been going, or where how this whole thing works, is the U.S. government makes billions of dollars daily and spends billions of dollars daily as well. And on average, the United States government spends about $300 billion each month, or about $10 billion each day, out of which $120 billion per month, or $4 billion per day, is borrowed. And that basically they spend more than they make, is what I basically got from that. And basically, all our money's been going to other outside countries, like foreigner countries, like Japan, for example. I know majority of you guys know that Japan and China and all those people, we give them money a lot because basically they make all of our shit. I mean, if you look where your shirts have been made or the computers have been made, majority of it's from China and Japan and other stuff. And basically, I don't understand how come the United States can't really make their own products. I don't know if it's if we don't have enough the type of material here in our country, and why we have to continuously borrow from foreign countries a lot. But how this whole thing works out is that the U.S. government functions this way. The treasurer of the United States borrows about 40 cents out of every dollar spent from the federal Social Security Trust Fund, and as well as the pension fund. And also the remaining 60 cents out of that goes to initial revenue services. So basically, how the government functions and get their money is that they borrow 40 cents every day, or money every day, out of, like I said, the Social Security Trust Fund or the pension fund. And I don't understand why they're borrowing money. I'm pretty sure it's probably to pay for our Social Security checks and banks and all that kind of stuff we need in our economy right now, which is understandable. But the main thing is they're basically giving away all the money to all the foreign countries, and mostly spending on the Social Security checks. And for the people like the veterans and the retirement people and all that, they need that money. I understand that. But the United States is not really, how can I say, they're not really budgeting their money as good as they can do. And just recently, they did vote on this, like on the August the 2nd, which was last week Tuesday, I believe, on what's going to happen. And they did pass a bill that they were going to raise the debt ceiling again by $2.1 trillion until the next presidential election, which is 2012, next year. And by then, I think they plan on decreasing the government spending money. And I'm really in favor of that, because if this whole thing doesn't work out, that means higher interest rate for everyone. That means on credit cards, car payments, you name it, anything that has taxes, more interest or interest in it, for say, is gonna go up, and that will affect us greatly. I mean, right now we can't even find jobs as it is right now. And it's very hard for people to get them. Like for me right now, I'm struggling finding a job at this point, and it's really hard to me to find one because our economy is suffering that much. And to see that they're trying to take action and work with everyone to stop this whole debt ceiling thing, it's ideal. And I really hope that they figure this out sometime by next year or so. But majority of our money, if you guys want to point pit on Obama, it hasn't really wasn't always only Obama's fault, because if you remember, George W. Bush set up in Iraq, did the war in Iraq, and that one cost us about $4.6 trillion for the Iraq war, and President Barack Obama spent an extra $3.9 trillion on the economy with a little stimulus package, and that really hurt us greatly. And you can't really point fingers at Barack Obama or one person. This is everyone. The Treasury, the government, the President, the recent, and Barack Obama and George W. Bush all were in this. And I know people don't really like Barack Obama right now because he's not really doing anything. Our economy is actually more suffering now than it was before he got into office. But you just can't blame one person because it's a lot of people besides Barack Obama. And I think right now, I don't think a lot of people like this point where Barack Obama is putting us right now. But that's my little 2 cents about those subjects. If you want to give me more topics or what do you guys think about the whole thing, post in this comment bar below. I'm Utex Phantom. I'll see you guys next week sometime. I'm out. Deuces.